Hey everyone, it's me, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new to my channel. We are going to be doing my October wrap up. In the month of October, I read 1, 2, 3, 4. I read 6 books, which was pretty average. October was my birthday month, so I didn't expect to read as much because when it's my birthday month, I like to celebrate all month long. I'm one of those girls. For those who don't know how I do my wrap-ups, I do them in the order that I have finished everything. So let's go ahead and get started with this video. So the first book I read this month, I absolutely loved. I read it literally in a day, and that was Horrid by Katsuno. This is the Owl Crate edition. I'll link my Owl Crate unboxing somewhere in the eye. And I absolutely love this. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. So in this book, we follow a girl named Jane. Her father has just died, and her mother moved from sunny LA, California, back to this small town in Maine. It's the house her mother grew up in. It's the house where her grandmother died, where they found her grandmother's body. And everyone in this town seems to know Jane's mother and the story of Jane and why Jane's mom left, except for Jane. But something is off about Jane. When she gets very angry or when she gets very stressed, she likes to eat books. And when we say eat books, like, I literally mean she opens, rips the book out, like rips the pages out and eats it. So she believes something is haunting the mansion, not the mansion, the manor her and her mom live in. Her mom tore down the rose bushes and somehow they magically grew back the next day. When she is left alone, she hears someone running upstairs and she just knows something is wrong. So there is one room in this house that is absolutely locked away that Jane is not allowed to get into. And one day when she gets into it, she finds it is a little girl's room. Jane believes it's her aunt's room, but one day at the dance, her friends tell her, you had a sister. Your mom got pregnant in high school and your sister died. And so it was like, oh my god, I absolutely love this book. It scared the shit out of me though, and I just kept wanting to read it and read it more. And I absolutely love this book. I give this a 5 out of 5 stars, and I would recommend this to read, especially like around like Halloween, like October, November, because of how spooky this is. Alright guys, the food's done. But I absolutely love this. The second book I finished was These Witches Won't Burn by Isabella Sterling. This is the first book in a duology, I believe, and we follow a girl named Hannah, and she is an elemental witch who lives in Salem, Massachusetts. By elemental, she can control like air, water, fire, and earth. She has just broken up with her ex-girlfriend, who is another elemental witch. Because, well, they were like on a trip, like before the book starts, they went on a trip and they were attacked by a blood witch who, once they get like a little thing of your blood, they can control you. Recording! When they were attacked by a blood witch, like if they get like an ounce of your blood, they can control you. So something starts to go wrong in Salem, and Hannah, because of what has happened in New York, she believes that it is a blood witch. So when they start getting attacked, her girlfriend, someone is like hurt, a house is burnt down, stuff starts happening. This new girl, Morgan, comes into town, and Hannah just wants to have a normal girlfriend, someone who is not controlling, someone who doesn't want everything like done a certain way. She just wants a normal life. But when she finds out that there is a witch hunter in Salem, she freaks out. I absolutely love this book. I think I read it in like 3 days. Gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. Cannot wait to read the second book, which I buy, and you will see it in my October book haul. But again, I gave this one another 5 out of 5 stars as well. I then read some poetry. I read Amanda's Lovelace new release that came out, and that is Flower Crowns and Fearsome Things by Amanda Lovelace. Now this is a Persephone, goddess of spring and the queen of the underworld inspired. She even says it herself in the like first. Let's see. Like, it's dedicated for those who will wish to raise home more most elegantly. Yep, and it says, a note from the author, Mary Meet. There is a beloved goddess from Greek mythology. You may or may not be familiar with her. Her name is Persephone. She's fascinating for an endless list of reasons, including the fact that she's considered to be both the goddess of spring as well as the queen of the underworld, making her quite the complicated woman in my humble opinion. In this collection, I explore how, in a modern age, we too are often equal parts soft and fierce. Remember, there is no need to choose one another. Laced with love, Amanda. So every other page that you read, you have something like this, which is almost when Persephone is the goddess of spring. It is very nice. And then you have pages where they're burning, like this, like when she's the goddess, when she's the queen of the underworld, like the same on this, when she's the goddess of spring, when she's the queen of the underworld, and on the back. And I adored this. I took so many photos, I posted them on my Instagram stories. I just absolutely love this, and I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. There's sometimes a hit or miss with me when it comes to Amanda Lovelace. There's certain poetry collections that I love, and then there's certain ones that I look at it and I'm just like, no. But I did enjoy this. I gave this, if I didn't say already, a 4 out of 5 stars. I then read Fairy Tale Volume 8 by Hiramushima. This is the 8th volume in this collection. There's like over 100 of them. I didn't even realize this. So in this one, the two like Wizard House are still going at it with each other. Fairy Tale, which is the name of their guild, and the Fearsome guild, and we see how much these people care for each other, and they're like, whether we win or lose, we're protecting Lucy. Lucy is an elemental, which she talks to the zodiac signs like Libra, Leo, Cancer, Aquarius, and stuff like that, and she is able with these keys to unlock them, and they can come and help her in her realm. She ran away from her father, and that's why for like the past like 3 volumes, I think since volume like 6, they have been fighting with each other because the Phantom Guild was hired to bring her back. But Fairy Tale, like, no matter what, she's our people, we're not giving her up, and I absolutely adore that. Again, you know, like always, ended on a cliffhanger with like a big boom when he says fairy law is invoked. So I need to hurry up and get the 9th volume. But again, I just love how close they are with each other. Happy, I don't know if he's in this one. Happy, which is the flying cat, he's always my favorite. He has those sarcastic words of wisdom for everybody. But I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I then read Lumberjanes Volume 19, A Summer to Remember by Shannon Waters. This is one of my favorite graphic novel series ever. We follow a group of girls, April, Jo, Mal, Molly, Ripley, and they all go to the Lumberjanes camp, and it is basically like a freak show. You have Greek gods and goddesses, you have yetis, you have mer people, you have dinosaurs, and there's this old lady that changes into a bear. So sooner, whether these girls like to admit it or not, summer is coming to an end, and there is so much stuff they want to do. April is on this path to want to become the one Lumberjane who has gotten all patches in one summer, which she achieves. Jo and Ripley wants to go back to the dinosaur lands, which takes us back to like a couple volumes, and visit her old friend. And Mal and Mally just want to spend the last day together because, you know, they became a couple of volumes ago, and I just loved it. But then towards the end, so like the first half was them sweet, actually doing camp stuff and normal stuff for these girls, but then something is taking over the land. It is something gray, it's spreading out, and it's turning everyone into stone. So of course, right before the girls gotta leave, now they have to save the camp again. Lumberjanes is one of my favorite series. I wonder how they're gonna like wrap this up, or if they're gonna continue it on. And then the last book that I finished reading is You Say It First by Katsuno. Now this follows 2 different characters, Kobe and Meg. Meg is from this rich town in Pittsburgh, and Kobe is from this small town in Ohio. Kobe is a bad boy, Meg is basically a nerd. So in the first couple of chapters, Meg gets dumped by her boyfriend, and she works at this like call station where they try to call you and get you to register to vote, and she ends up calling Kobe, but she doesn't mean for the call to be for him. It's for his dad, who ended up killing himself almost a year ago in their house. And she like, they basically make an ass out of each other. She calls back, which she's not supposed to do, and she leaves her personal number, which again she's not supposed to do, and they end up calling each other and texting each other every night, and they basically make a relationship. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars because I felt Katie Butters through so much, and they didn't even end up together. They broke up. Meg is a feminist. There's nothing wrong with being a feminist, but she's very out there in your face feminist. Like, but why is that funny? Like, why is that like this? And Kobe, it's not like Kobe's ashamed, but I feel like he was. We see a lot of go for Kobe with him going from like this dude who doesn't want to do anything. He's like, I'll just work in this Home Depot factory for the rest of my life, to actually wanting to do something. But Meg, with her, we don't see that much growth. It was always what her boyfriend wanted to do, and then after her boyfriend, it's what her best friend wanted to do. And then when she got with Kobe and he like told that to her, she didn't know how to react. I have a reading blog, I will link that somewhere on the that I go more into depth there, but I really didn't enjoy this. I give this a 3 out of 5 stars. So those are all the books that I read in the month of October. I enjoyed like the first 3, 4, 5 that I read, and then the last book was just like, no. I am currently reading The Near Witch by V.E. Schwab, and I'm absolutely loving it. I'm almost like halfway through with it. Hopefully I can finish that in the next couple of days. But I'll be leaving here on the side of me 2 videos you guys should go check out. I try to post twice a week, and hopefully I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Bye guys!